Welcome back, everybody, to ClayShareCon 2025, our 6th annual ClayShareCon. And we are deep in the afternoon of day 3, and this is where it gets really good. There's lots of fun stuff ahead, but right now we have the seamless form covers and these mandala texture mats from the Pottery Toolkit. And I'm just going to quickly show you a few things I have made using them. I made this beautiful large charger plate here, and what I love about it is it's seamless because I used their large form cover with 2 large GR pottery forms stacked together, and the cover made it so that, one, I could pop it out of the forms easy and quickly, but also there's no seams. There's no seams at all, just beautiful texture as far as the eye can see. And then the other piece that I have here that I want to share with you is this beautiful deep pasta bowl I made. Look at the texture on that. Now normally when we stack GR pottery forms together, we usually get those little banding lines. But when you use this form cover, you don't get them. And it's really easy to get the forms out of these deep bowls. You know, sometimes you're digging in there and you're trying to get the forms out and you might dig in with your fingernail or bump your design. Doesn't happen, not with these. So, all right, I don't want to take up too much time because I know they've got a lot to share with you. So let's head on over and check out what the Pottery Toolkit has in store for us today. Hey, how you doing today?
Hey Jess. Hey Kevin. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity. Hi everyone. I'm Lauren from the Pottery Toolkit. So just a little bit about us. We're a team of 2. It's myself and my brother. Chad is actually probably in comments. You'll see him under my name. So make sure you say hi to Chad. We launched last year at NCECA. So next month we officially turn 1. And we created the seamless form cover. And what that does is it eliminates the seams when you are stacking forms similar to GR pottery forms. Some added benefits to the GR pottery forms, or I'm sorry, the seamless cover, is that, you know, if you have a well-loved set and a well-used set like I do, sometimes you get some bumps and bruises, and the cover does just that. It covers them so those bumps and bruises don't translate to your clay when you're making. Some of the other things is that the covers or the cover holds your forms in place so they don't slip and slide. It also protects them from any additional moisture. Like I live in a very high humid area, so any additional protection I can have on my covers is fantastic. So today I'm going to do a 2-part demo. The first part is I'm going to make a textured pie plate using our seamless cover and the GR pottery forms, as well as our new textured mat. We have a new design that we're releasing today just for ClayShareCon. And then the second part is I'm going to show you how to remove the forms and the cover from an already made piece. So we're going to switch over to the overhead, and I'm going to go through the tools that I'll be using, and then we're going to get started. So obviously we have our seamless cover. I have a banding wheel. This isn't necessary, but it does make things a little bit easier. I have a needle tool, a wire knife, my yellow rib, a tape measure, cornstarch, a pony roller. Obviously we have our GR pottery forms. These are the size 9.5 and 11 inch, and then our textured mats. So the first thing that I like to do is stack my forms. And I go with the largest one first. So this is the 11 inch. And then I'm going to stack the 9.5 inch. And I am going to say you guys might hear a cat or 2. I have one that's been very vocal all day. I also like to just center my forms a little bit on my banding wheel. This will kind of set me up for my finishing work. So then I'm going to place my seamless cover on top of my forms. And at this stage, this is a great stage to measure because you want to make sure that your slab is going to be big enough to fit over the cover as well as the forms. And I like to measure from end to end from this middle point. So I'm just going to take my tape measure and hold it across. And then this is going to tell me that my slab needs to be greater than 12 3/4 inches. That's going to allow for trimming as well as if you want to have a decorative edge. I'm going to put that to the side real quick. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and add cornstarch to my cover, just so that we can get a little bit prepared before we start working on our slab. And so I like to just add it with a brush. If you have one of those, there's another one that I have that's used in baking. It's like a little cheesecloth pouch thing. Those are great too. Those will work. And this just gives you a layer of resist in case you have wet clay, so it doesn't stick when you go to remove it or in shrinking. Okay, so I'm gonna set this to the side and bring over our slab. And I did roll a slab earlier today. Let's get this uncovered. And I've already compressed it and smoothed it out using my yellow rib, but it has been covered in plastic. So I'm just gonna do a quick pass, recompress and smooth that out from all those little bits of the plastic being on it. And go ahead and flip it over and do the same thing. And now we're gonna roll in our texture. So I'm gonna pull over our newest textured mat. So this is our, we're calling it the Solar Radiance, and this is a 12-inch mat. These are, like I said earlier, available specifically for ClayShareCon. They made their debut today, and these come in a set of 2, so you'll get an 8-inch and a 12-inch in the set. And we do have these available on our website. As fair warning, we do have limited quantities, but don't worry, because we have more on the way. Just make sure you join our email list, and then you can get restock updates. So what I do is I'm going to take my textured mat and I'm going to place it face down onto my slab. And I like to secure my texture mat with my hand, and then I'm going to use my pony roller. And I like to get these edges first to really secure it into the clay. This helps it from not moving around. And then I'm going to go back and forth in the middle, couple different directions, applying some even pressure. And then what I do sometimes is I'll take a little peek just to make sure that that texture has gotten into that clay really well. And if for some reason it doesn't, you can always just lay it down and roll it again in that area, providing, applying some even pressure. And I think we should be good. So I'm gonna do a peel and reveal, which is like, oh, no, actually I need some right there. I forgot that one, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, peel it up. Look at that.
Love it. I always love the peel and reveal.
I know, are these not the
best
best?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I want to let everybody know I shared that there's 15% off on your shop through the 26th
Yes.
with the code ClayShareCon15. So that's at thepotterytoolkit.com.
Yes.
So that link has been shared. So get them before they're gone, because they
Yes.
will be.
And for premium members, there is a special discount code, so make sure you check out the community
extra.
so you can get your member discount.
I love it.
Yes. So at this point, we've rolled in our texture, and you can either trim, excess clay off of your slab, or you can cut it to size. So I actually have the GR Pottery form, the 14-inch rounded form, which is the perfect size when I am making a textured pie plate. You don't have to have this. I just happen to. So I use this as my guide, and I will lay it on the clay, and then I will use my needle tool and just use that as a guide and cut around so that I have a perfect 14-inch round circle. Let me move this out of the way. And then I'm going to lift up this and put this away. And then I'm just going to do a quick release of the slab just because we've added some pressure. So that way it's easier for me to pick up once we're ready to put it onto the cover. So from here, I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to bring back our forms. So we prepared this before. And now you have to decide if you're going to want your texture facing up, like on the bottom, or if you want it on the inside. So if you want your texture on the outside of your piece, you'll want to have your slab and the texture facing you. But if you want it on the inside, your texture will be wanting to be face down. So in this case, I'm going to put the texture on the inside of the piece. So when I pick up my slab, I'm going to make sure that my texture is facing down. And then I'm just going to simply put it on to my prepared covers and forms. And now, once we've draped it, we're just going to simply form that clay slowly down the sides. And it helps when you have a banding wheel because you can do that little turn. If you don't, it's fine. I do recommend, if you don't have a banding wheel, to use like a smaller form just to give you a little bit of height, and it allows you to get underneath the clay and the forms itself. I'm going to do this a couple of passes. I'm just going to form that clay down the sides. Okay, so now we're going to go to the side view, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire knife and I'm going to cut or trim the excess clay off, and this lets you see just that angle. So I love this tool. This is one of my favorite tools. I just got it from my local distributor, and I just come up to the side and I just run it around. And then we might have to do this a couple of times just so that we can kind of, again, form that excess clay and then do another trim.
So there was a question, what type of clay are you using for the
I'm a B mix girl. I have been for about a decade. So this is B Mix 5. I'm not a grog B mixer. I am a no grog B mixer. So, and then we're going to switch back to the overhead, and I'm going to show, then I just take my yellow rib and I'm going to kind of move my banding wheel around, and we're going to do finishing, and we're going to compress that clay as well as get out any imperfections. I have little chunky fingers, and so sometimes you'll see little indents on the side. And then from here, you can add a foot ring if that's what you prefer. I have to give like a true confessional here. I feel like I'm a little bit in a reality TV show. Foot rings are my kryptonite, my pottery kryptonite. So I'm not going to do that because it's going to look really bad. But I will say we are working on a solution for those people who might be like me and just can't do an even foot ring. So I'm going to kind of pause right here and see if there are any questions.
So folks are asking where they can find discounts. I'll just answer that. If you're a premium member of ClayShare, the discount, the 20%, that special discount is in the community section that only premium members can get to.
Yeah.
The 15% off code is ClayShareCon 15. So you can save with that through the 26th. So a lot of people are saying they can't wait to use them. They've had your form covers since last year, and they're wonderful to keep forms nice with no seams. So that is an amazing thing. That was like the biggest thing I saw people asking with GR pottery forms. They love the forms, but they didn't like the seams.
Right.
And you solved that problem, you know. And also some people were mentioning earlier, what if their forms mold? Well, this will prevent that because they won't be getting wet.
Correct.
And you can use the forms, you know, sooner because you're not waiting.
Correct. Correct.
So love it.
And I will say this has been a 2-year project. So I have to give another little confession, Jess. Like, you are actually one of my motivators to explore and figure out what I could bring to the pottery community. And this day was also one of my goals, is to be able to participate in
Love
ClayShareCon.
it. Oh, here
So
you
like I'm like
are.
so nervous and I'm so excited all at the same time.
No, you got it. You
Yeah,
got
yeah. Thank
it.
you. So are we ready to move on?
Yes, go ahead. And folks, if
I-
you have questions, go ahead and ask them. And Chad is putting, Lauren, let Chad know. Well, he probably can hear me. The code he's putting up, he's putting it on the public page. So he's putting
Oh,
the member discount code up on the public page. And I keep reporting it because I can't delete it.
okay.
Quick, take it down. Don't look.
Yeah. Can you put in the chat to tell him to stop? Okay, so I'm gonna bring up a piece that I made earlier this week. Or actually I made this yesterday, so I guess that is earlier this week. And I am going to
It can't be. My mic is clipped to the front of my apron. Oh, it's my AirPod for the Zoom. All right, so I must apologize. My Yorkies ate my good AirPods. I'm using some incredibly old ones that are at least a decade old, I swear. And I mean, my poor puppies. I ordered a new pair. They were supposed to be here yesterday. They got delayed. Let me see. I'll put the chewed up one in my ear. We'll do it. I will do it for you. I'll take one for the team. Is that better? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I'm
can hear you.
sorry.
No,
My
you're fine.
dogs decided to get up on the coffee table and snatch my AirPods and eat them. So that was a
No,
great way to start ClayShareCon. I was like, yay.
you're fine. Like I said, I have cats that keep roaming in and out. I'm surprised you guys haven't heard them yet. So
So apologies for the sound issue, everyone. And cats are welcome. Cats meowing, we love it. So does your cover eliminate the seam cracking issue that people tend to have?
seam cracking issue. I'm not sure I'm aware of that one. I haven't had any cracks. So
Yeah.
I,
So I'll have to tell you all, when I first used GR Pottery Form's WA system on the wheel, I pressed too hard where the sidewall met the bottom, and I thinned it out so much during the drying, the unevenness caused the bottom to crack off into a perfect circle. So I don't know if that's what they
oh,
mean, but I have had no cracking when I use these forms, and I make big pieces with them, no problem. So if you are out there and you're like, I don't know if this will work for me, 100% it'll work for you.
so yeah, I haven't had that issue in the past. And I use about a 1/4 inch when I roll my slab, maybe a little bit thicker if I'm rolling in texture. The slab that I rolled this morning was right at a 1/4 of an inch. So,
And folks are asking where they can get your wire cutter that you used.
oh, I got mine at just my local distributor. This is the aluminum wire knife by Van Gilder.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have one. Yeah, that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
good,
yeah. It's a great
Bill's
one
got
because
good
it just
tools. Yeah.
fits in your hand really nicely. And some of the wire cutters can get pretty pricey, and I would say this is probably the most economical version.
All right.
So are you ready to see how to take the forms and the cover out of a made piece?
Yes.
Okay. So this piece I made yesterday, and again, true confession, I did let it dry at a faster pace, just so that we would have it for today. So I have a wear board, and I'm just going to place that wear board on the bottom of my piece, and then slide it out and have both, my hand on the top and the bottom to brace, and then I'm going to flip and place that wear board right back onto my banding wheel. And so the way that I remove my forms is I take this top one first and I just come in with my fingertips and I just grab it and I just put it to the side. I also like to take the cover and the smaller form out at the same time. So again, that same motion, I'm just picking up that cover and I'm just lifting and putting everything to the side. Now, if for some reason your piece is too wet and you're noticing that it's going to start to slump, not to worry, because you can actually place the cover back into your piece just like this. You may have to like wiggle it just to get it into place, but because you have this silicone protection and this layer of silicone, when you go to drop in your forms, so I'll take that small one and I'll drop it in. And again, you may have to just click it into place, but it's not hitting the sides of my piece. So I'm not creating new seams and I'm not nicking the sides. And then I can take my large one and just drop it in just like that. And I can just flip it right back over. I'm going to place it back on my banding wheel. And again, at this stage, what you can do is you can then recompress and form your clay over those that cover and those forms. And then you can simply just let it slowly dry, cover it with plastic and let it slowly dry. But again, the benefit is that you're not damaging your piece and you can get those forms back into place without stretching your sides of your piece or nicking or creating new seams.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So
I love it.
yeah. So those were the demos that I had ready, but I also have several pieces that are also made if anybody wants to, because I'm sure people have seen behind me.
They see what's behind you and they are asking. So
I know. We might have planted a couple Easter eggs to see
I
if
think you
anybody
did.
if anybody would catch them. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy to answer
There's
any
some
questions.
purple things back there.
There are some purple things. So let me move this to the side, and I can get these.
And I just want to tell you that when I use your form covers, I have less warping on my forms. When I make bold plates, large plates, I have less warping with them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's nice, especially when you make big pieces.
Right. So we have been working since September on the RD2s because we know this is a very popular and very frequently asked shape, and people are looking for the RD2s. We have, in complete transparency, have had some unexpected delays. This one's been a little bit more challenging to design as well as to get our samples to make sure that they fit and they work. This is actually our second set of samples. So they are coming. It's just been a little bit, again, we had a little bit of unexpected challenges. And so it's taken a little bit longer for us to get these out. Yeah. But they are coming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
Yes.
Will you be at NCECA this year?
We will not. We just didn't have, because we've had the challenges with the RD2, we decided that it would probably be best for us to skip, do ClayShareCon, of course. And then we are fully anticipating going next year. I believe that next year is in Detroit, I think.
Yes, it is. It's Detroit.
Yeah, so that's also a little bit closer for me to get to. I live in the Atlanta, Georgia area, so Detroit's a little bit closer than Salt Lake. But here's a little fun fact about Salt Lake. Chad and I actually grew up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's like your hometown.
It's one of them. Yeah, we spent some time there as kids. Yep. So
do you want to share some finished glazed pieces? People would love to see them.
Yeah,
and if you have any with your mandala on it, people would love to see that as well.
So the mandala that I just used, that one's brand new. So I don't have any finished pieces for that one. But I do have our original mandala that I can show. So we're going to go to the side view. Can you see that?
We can see it. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
A little low in the front. Okay. All right, perfect. So this is also B-Mix, and this is one of my favorite glazes. This is the Amico Celadon Storm. Love this glaze.
Ooh, yeah,
I use
that's
it
so
often.
pretty.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for any type of cool colors. So I also have this as an example.
Oh, that looks familiar.
Yep, this is yours.
It's
Um,
beautiful.
yeah, so I made this with the seamless form cover that fits the 5, 6.5, and 8-inch forms. Yeah. And then I have, let's see, hold on a second. This as an example. Good on, can you see that? You guys get there? Okay.
There
So
you
this
go.
is actually my first sample of using the RD2 cover as well as the mandala. This is also one of my favorite glaze combinations. So this is again Storm. And then I have textured turquoise, which is also an Amico glaze, just on the outside here. This one reminds me of the ocean.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
So wonderful. All
Yeah.
right. So we've got about a minute left if anybody has any questions, so we can pass them on. Ask
That-
Lauren now. Well, you can. You've got her here.
I know that went a lot faster than I thought it would.
It goes very fast. It goes very fast.
Yeah,
But this is your premiere, not
it
just on
is.
ClayShareCon, but like
Yes.
demonstrating on camera.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's very exciting. So do you don't have a storefront, do you? Like an actual shop?
No, we do not have an actual brick and mortar. We are online. And then, I mean, this is my house, so we're just filming from my house.
That's her kitchen, everybody. You
It's
can't-
actually an enclosed patio. I call it my pottery patio. If you check
I
out our
love that.
Instagram, you can see some behind the scenes I put in the stories today as we were setting up.
Yes. So the
Yes.
Pottery Toolkit is your
Yep.
Instagram. Your
Yep.
website's thepotterytoolkit.com.
Yep.
And you can save ClayShareCon 15 and premium members. Chad, don't post the code. Premium members, you get your code in the community on
Yep.
clayshare.com.
Yeah, we also have our YouTube page, which is also the Pottery Toolkit, where we have several different tutorial videos as well.
Wonderful. If you have any questions that weren't answered in this broadcast for Lauren, you can reach out to her and ask her. I know there was a lot of questions coming through at one point. We might not have gotten to everybody. So please reach out, ask your questions, get your answers. All right,
Perfect.
Lauren, thank you.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you. You
Thank
did
you.
so well. I'm so proud
I
of you.
appreciate it. Thank
Wonderful
you.
job. Thank you. I'll see you. I don't know when I'll see you in Sika. Maybe not
We'll
this year,
see you.
next year.
I'll see you soon, I'm sure. Even if it's
Maybe you-
virtually, we'll see each other soon.
That's right. I'll see you on the line. All right.
All
Bye.
righty.
hon.
Thanks. Bye.
All right,
so there you have it. What an amazing story. She saw a need, she saw a desire for a product, and she developed it 2 years in the making to come up with the fabulous seamless form covers for the GR Pottery forms. And now they have these beautiful texture mats that you can use. And of course, they're going to have some more forms coming. So be sure to check out the Pottery Toolkit. Support them, support small businesses. I just love that story, and I love seeing her dreams come true, her pottery dreams. It just gives me so much joy. Well, we're going to take a little break right now, and then we're going to be coming back with Laura Rust, and she is going to be sharing her new tools. She's going to have a little demo, and I'm excited because I haven't even seen these tools yet either. So come back and join us then.